A lot of people may be wondering how bad does it get with the leftover effect. Well, I meant Lazarus and the rich man effect, or how bad does it get with I will call them demonic entities warning what God has blessed you with. It gets real bad. Um, you may be eating, your food may be taken from you because they want the food that you eat. You may get paid off and you start saving your money. You want to save your money. Um, you buy a couple of things and then you put up a small amount for yourself. They call themselves trying to take that from you, the small amount that you put up for yourself. If you're not done with it, that's not your leftovers. That's not the crumbs from your table. That's actually stuff that you're still using, but they don't care. You may purchase an item. The item that you purchased, um, they don't see you use it because you don't have everything to use it with, and you're trying to save up to get everything you need to use with. That item may disappear. Um, there's so many different things because I'm gonna tell you something. When they don't get the leftovers from your table, when you tell them no, they resort to stealing. Um, Perfect example of these thieves. They will sit up there and wait outside your home for the postal person. The postal person knows this is what they do, and the postal person will still give them your mail. They will give them your mail and all your neighbors them items that they ordered too, and try to pretend like they weren't involved with these people and the theft that these people do. You can make reports to the US Postal Service about it. It's not going to change. You can report it to the police. It's not going to change. All the people that you reported it to, they already know what's going on. They don't care. How I put it to people, when you're asked to get your own everything. That means separating you from them or whatever else. You cannot tell me you work at a post office and you're gonna hand a person everybody's stuff in the building and you see nothing wrong with it when you know when you arrive on the scene, if you give mail outside of any box, that they have to show proof of identity and have to show you their ID. These people don't care. It is so much going on till it's ridiculous. But this is the game they play. Now let's say you tell them no, you can't have the crumbs from my table. They still gonna take food from out of your mouth and try to feed you feces, urine, unclean stuff. I mean, they don't care what they do. They might even try to feed you poison. You don't know how bad it gets with these people and the disrespect that they do. Um, I learned the hard way to, like, in these type of situations, to try look out for my family as best as I can and stuff like that. Because you learn the hard way that these people don't care. They don't. There is nonprofit organizations set up. You don't have to steal from nobody. There are nonprofit organizations set up. There are places set up to help people. That's my belief too. But I'm gonna tell you what I ran into. I would go to the nonprofit organizations here in the community for help, like rental assistance, light assistance, and everything. I could never get help. They would help everybody else, but I can't get no help whatsoever. They would do for everybody else. I guess when they heard my name, My name was just scratched off the list as a person you can't do anything for. They never paid a light bill or rent assistance for me in God knows how long. I couldn't get any help. And I know it's connected to that same entity that was trying to get my leftovers and trying to get whatever God was doing for me. And it's still connected to that. Um, a lot of these corporations are attacking the citizens, trying to gain land, houses, cars, and stuff like that. They are actually adamant about attacking citizens. Nobody's talking about that. These are criminal organizations. They're not regular organizations, they're criminal. But what they didn't understand is that when see they're scared already as it is because it's a punishment that goes along with this in the state in which we are in. It's a punishment that goes along with it. You will reap what you sow. You, your family, whoever. It may take a little while, but you will eventually reap that you sun out. You will never be able to disrespect a person and not have to pay for the disrespect that you sent out to that person. Regardless of how you do it, there are consequences. But this is the type of stuff that they're doing. So, I'm going to give you a perfect example. You go and apply for a job. They want the job that you apply for. They want to work in your name. I can't even work in my name because you too busy working in my name. I can't have because you too busy trying to have in my name. I go to the gynecologist to get checked up and I'm getting your test results, somebody else's test results. I can't even get my own test results. Because you want to go to my gynecologist you and use my name and pretend you're me. Or one of the gynecologists that I used and don't use no more because I tend to use like two or three of them sometimes. I have like two or three of them on call or whatever just in case something happen. But you want to do that. This type of behavior is constant, but these are entities trying to do what you do and trying to collect money that belongs to you. The state sends out a stimulus check. Okay, they're sending you stimulus checks. You don't never see the stimulus check. The stimulus check doesn't even show an informed delivery because they're stealing the check before you can get it. So they're stealing your mail before you even get your mail. It doesn't even show up because they got people working at the post office and stuff. This is criminal organizations. This is not the U.S. Post Office way of doing business, but they have been infiltrated. It's not a lot of those organizations and corporations way of doing business, but they've been infiltrated. Who's working up under them? A lot of them are corrupt and doing certain things and getting into that type of action and behavior. And it's costing the company, it's costing the corporation. My best advice to people, when you see these type of things happening, fire them right away. Don't play with them. Don't negotiate with them because if you give them that little wiggle room, that's making a bad decision because you will pay for that decision later. You will pay for that decision later. I remember dating a guy, and I'm gonna just call his name T, but he know who he is. I was dating this guy, and I knew something was wrong with this guy, but I still kept dating him. And I found out later that because I made the wrong decision to continue to date him, I had to deal with the consequences of choosing that decision. So make good decisions. When you see something wrong, address it. Do not let it go on, because it's not an error that you see it wrong and need correcting. It needs correcting. Honestly, it's not an error. You're not thinking flawed, or there's nothing wrong with your thinking. It's your job to correct the things that are around you and things that are impacting you. It's your job to make sure that the things that are around you and that is bothering you get dealt with in the appropriate manner.